How are you guys? I'm good. Thank you for coming to have a listen of who am I, where I'm from, what do I do, why I'm here, and where do I think I want to go. Simply put, my name is, have doxed myself, Michael Rathebe, and I had the topic to be So We Talk Bitcoin. Soweto talks Bitcoin. So, simple overview of simple things that I'm going to talk about is just about SowetoBtc, the mission, a short history, timeline of what has happened up until today, and the projection of where we're going with what is written there as Learning Center. Okay. What did I press? No, okay. Exit that one. Can you make it? Hey, yeah. Where am I? Oh, here I am. Arrow going forth. Okay. All right. I tried to write English, guys. From Soweto. At first, wanted to think about how to put this thing into perspective. Talk about the history of Soweto. What is Soweto? Then I wrote English, and it says, "So we talk Bitcoin." SowetoBtc, to be quite honest, started as a pseudonym that developed to an idea that became an initiative strictly dedicated to empowering underprivileged Soweto youth through Bitcoin education and mentorship. Soweto, as some of you might know, it's a location, a very big one in South Africa. It's opulent and squalor in the same space. So there is more of underprivileged in terms of education, financials, and you might see the opulence lifestyle and the culture in Soweto that people are having fun. You know, this is where the place of Vilakazi streets, everyone when come to Soweto, they go there. So, but underneath that, there's also poverty. There's financial illiteracy. Majority of public schools are functioning based on the government, but are still fluxed by kids who are coming from dysfunctional families. And you get to realize when you meet with them from the space of education. So what we're trying to do is provide accessible Bitcoin educational programs. We aim to equip individuals with knowledge and skills necessary to navigate this complex world of cryptocurrency. Specifically, majority of learners or people that I've met, they come into Bitcoin thinking about trading, thinking about cryptocurrency. They speak about cryptocurrency. But my focus, or SowetoBtc focus, is personal finance in this digital space. Hence I say SowetoBtc started as a pseudonym. Why, when I entered the space, in terms of my little history that I'll talk about, I did not want people to know who I was. So the space of education has forced me now to reveal who I am. So our mission is simple: to foster economic empowerment and create opportunities for social mobility. In the sense that when we look, are we growing economically as a people, or are we in a decline? You know, previous years, yes, our parents, they earned little. It was apartheid, but they could buy more. Today, I work, employed, I earn more than my parents' prior years, but I can only buy little. So social mobility comes into the space that at least if we are able to impart knowledge and essential knowledge or skills about Bitcoin technology and its own potential impact in the society that we live in, probably we will be able to harness and give back to the young community that is coming in. So I work with the youth as well. So fostering supportive learning environment, we are trying to inspire young people to become self-reliant and financially secured in this digital space, because everything is moving into the CBDC. We all know about that. I'm not going to delve much into the space, but this is what SowetoBtc is trying to do with the youth that we interact with. Not only the youth, because we have met from the age of 15 until the highest or the oldest was 85 years, coming into one of our workshops to listen and learn more about Bitcoin. Short history, written, but what I can try and say is that some of us come to Bitcoin through scams or schemes or pyramids or Ponzi schemes or level marketing. I started into Bitcoin in 2015 through a scheme called Kippy. I had 5,000 Rand. I was excited. They promised to give me 100,000 after 18 months. Think about that. I took that 5,000 Rand, throw it into Kippy. Kippy, what happened was that they started introducing the concept of Bitcoin. Whoever comes and join Kippy, because now it's a multi-level marketing space, which is a Ponzi, has to buy Bitcoin. So I went into the space. If you all remember local Bitcoin, if you have been there, 2015, it was an exchange. Got into local Bitcoin, started buying Bitcoin there. I did not know what was Bitcoin. The only thing that I wanted people to join underneath me so I can grow as well, make money. And I had about 500 worth of Satoshis. Now I know it was Satoshis. Then I had bought, I think, 1.6 million Satoshis. It was not Bitcoin. It was worth 500 Rand then. Fast forward, 2021. My brilliant wife comes to me and say, hey, by the way, you some time back you were talking about Bitcoin. I would like to help someone wants to get their money from another scheme, which is Crowd One. They can access that. So the story is very interesting. I'm like, okay, Crowd One. By the way, the government shut down Kippy in 2015. Nah, this is a scam, man. You know, I lost money there. Not knowing that whatever I had in local Bitcoin was already still there. The only difference is when I went back to local Bitcoin to try and access my account, I discovered I had 12K. What happened? Now the orange peeling moment started. I had 500 in 2015. Today, I've got 12K. Excitedly so, KYC'd myself into an exchange called Luno. Took everything from local Bitcoin, because I could not trust them anymore, with 12K. Transferred that into my bank account, created a tax event. Now, these things, I only know them getting into the Bitcoin space after discovering the 12K, that, oh, whoa. But it was a learning curve. So since from then, I was doing it privately, talking to people about Bitcoin privately, because I did not want to appear anywhere with the knowledge, because I was listening to Andreas Antonopoulos. You know, I read the Bitcoin Standard. I was like, no sharing. This is private. But I, professionally as a musician, I also am an educator, music educator. So I interact with learners at school, and I know the difficulties when coming to financial literacy and the challenges that they're faced with. So I'm forced somehow to get into the space and talk to them about money. So last year I got an invite, as the saying, short story, to come to this conference. This is where my eyes were opened. This is where I was introduced to the Bitcoin space holistically, so met a lot of entrepreneurs, Bitcoin educators, catalysts like Hotatso, and they inspired me so much so that I should say lively so. Thanks to Herman for having invited me last year to come here to experience it, because it has opened this door of me not wanting to do alone, but to share it now with everyone. So as you can see, it's written. The experience prompted me to think as to how I can help empower my community in Soweto by imitating both what they are doing in Vetsand and Bitcoin Ekasi. So that's my journey now. I'm in the Bitcoin education space, not because I wanted to, but because circumstances has led me to be in the space. So to put simply, timeline 2024, after conference, I officially established, that word is wrong, but I officially decided, SowetoBtc is not my name anymore. I'm going to give it away. Now it's an organization. It's an initiative. I'm divorcing myself from it. My name is Michael Rathebe. I'm no longer a pseudonymous person on X. So with that assistance from Joseph Tatek, I think some of you know him. You have met him from Treasure Academy. We were able to host our first Treasure Academy meetup session in Soweto, which overwhelmingly, a lot of people came to learn about Bitcoin. And that's when I realized there is a need for Bitcoin education in Soweto. So since then, we have hosted 4 courses. Overwhelming to me, because I was not doing it professionally or so. I had more than 80 people coming in with interaction about money and stuff like that. So we did it both from Soweto and Vereeniging. Vereeniging is a little bit outside of Soweto. That's the journey, the timeline. The participants, as I tried to write in English, is that in the meetup sessions, we're taken through a comprehensive Bitcoin curricula, which imparted essential knowledge on Bitcoin technology, its potential impact in the society, and provided practical strategies for safe and responsible usage. Because majority of our people, when they come there, they're thinking about trading. How do I put my 10 rand and tomorrow I'm able to get 20 rand? 100% X like that. So the second one is that we also do that for supporting learning environment where we are able to inspire participants to be self-reliant, because it's very important. Majority of our people think that they don't have to learn more about money. It's better to give it to somebody else to do it for them. But here we are talking about the idea of you using it, because Bitcoin gives you that sovereignty. It directs you to become yourself banker. So in that space, we talk about these issues. Also, with the knowledge and skills acquired in the meetups, the participants are able to protect themselves from investment scams, like I started. Mostly females who come there, they come from a multi-level marketing. They have to buy a product. They have to join a particular company that sells tablets. Then they buy, probably they pay 500 rand. Then the tablets are 3,500 rand. That person has spent 4,000 all together. Then they have to go and sell. Now, when they go and sell, people don't want to buy the stuff. So they are left with a loss. So we are teaching them how to not to do that. Rather, they should take their money and put it into Bitcoin and shush, and let the Bitcoin do its work. So again, we speak about the government mismanagement of monetary policy, which I am of the opinion that money created out of nothing creates a lot of problems. So these socio-economic challenges that they talk about continuously, of triple socio-economic, of unemployment, which is created by them, poverty, which is created by them, inequality, which is created by them. I've added the fourth one, which is financial exclusion, which is also contributing to this because they are benefiting. But with Bitcoin, we know it gives us that ability and sovereignty to do things the way we want to do things, how money is supposed to be working. So that's a little journey. As you can see, I don't know this thing points, but these are some of the people from Vereeniging. And on the other side, you can see some of the 5 learners who came for the Bitcoin Treasure Academy classes. They are here. They are my kids. They are here to experience it. Please stand up so people can see you guys. This crew, when we started with me Premier, and they came into class. They stood and listened. Some of the learners, they were bored because we were talking about money, something that is not familiar to them. It's never discussed in the household. So one by one, they decided to leave. These ones were like, no, we want money. Now, today, for them being perseverance and staying throughout, they have an understanding about what Bitcoin is and how impactful it is into their lives. So I'm grateful for them to be here also to experience this. As we can say, they now can easily save their funds. I told them that they need to take only 10% of the 500 that the government gives them and throw it into Bitcoin. You know, they are now able to talk to their parents about it. Their parents now will know that Bitcoin actually works. Bitcoin is money because of them being here as well, which is a fantastic thing for me. Knowing that no government entity can confiscate, censor, or steal, or dilute their money. This is the future of generation of Bitcoin. These are young Bitcoiners. By the way, they are hodlers, hey? They don't want to spend. They are hodlers. So, in a nutshell, this is my timeline. And now, this year, we managed to get a space to create a learning center, which is the future thing. And in a learning center, two most important things that one wants to do is education, because it's critical. And now we have to foster the circular economy, because some of the businesses, they want to know where are you when you talk to them. So at least if they can have an interaction that, okay, I'm around Meadowlands, I want to know about Bitcoin, where can I go? So that's the whole idea of having a learning center. We have just opened it some time back. We introduced it with a movie. Adults came, and we had kids. Funny enough, for the kids, I did not plan for them, but they came because they saw posters that says, free movie. So they came and free popcorns. So we had to think on our feet, what program can we give them? I mostly watch Turtle Twins with my kids, because I've introduced them to that. Now, I took that because Turtle Twins have concept of economy into it, which is an introductory for learners or young people to have an understanding about what money is and how the economy is structured. So we use Turtle Twins. As you can see, the Bitcoin episode was playing. Unfortunately, my picture is not here, but these are the kids. I've got some of the videos thrown into X under SowetoBtc. If you want to see some of the videos where they are at, having fun, eating popcorns, watching Turtle Twins. I would advocate, if you're a parent and you want your child to know about economy, not the Keynesian, but coming from the Austrian-based economy and the truth about capitalism, not the crony capitalism that the state is creating, introduce your children to Turtle Twins. It will take them through a progressive way of thinking about money, how to think as entrepreneurs, what is that they need to do, not to be reliant on the idea of somebody has to give you something, because that creates slavery for us. You know, as they're saying, are you here to be free or are you here to be free? Or are you here to make money, like Karel was saying yesterday, or are you here to be free? You have a choice. So I think as a Bitcoiners, we are here to become free. You know, divorce ourselves from this mental slavery that has been designed by the elites. So yeah, that is me in a nutshell. Any questions? Thanks for listening to me blabbering for the first time. As they're saying, there's always the first time. So this was my first time. Thank you. At first, in terms of the curricula or teaching or the way they came and understand money. Because why I'm saying that is that they know money as a currency. They know the rand as a coin and a paper form of money. Now you have to teach them about a digital money, something that they cannot even have or hold. The difficulty is that I'm used to a 10 rand. Now I have to explain the 10 rand vis-a-vis the monopoly money. So we use that and say, what makes you think the 10 rand is more valuable than the monopoly money? Then, because those are toll papers which are printed. This is where the light bulbs comes in, because now they understand it. Oh, it's because of a trust aspect. We only trust this is money, but reality, this is not money. Then we go and develop the idea of what happened in the bartering system. So what is happening now? Who's in control of the monetary policy in our country? So I think introducing kids to have an understanding about currency vis-a-vis the digital one they don't have, and the value of what Bitcoin is, and why scarcity is very important from the Austrian perspective, not the Keynesian. I hope I'm answering, because I can go on and on and on and on. Okay. Another question, please kill me. Sure, man. Number one, how to organize a meetup. Because first things first, I don't have a venue. I have to go around. And I have to invite friends who know me personally, and they have to invite other friends also. So the challenge was to get people coming in, but through the grace of God, they did come in. Jokingly, I would say, have fun staying poor. No, I'm kidding. But, the subject of money, yes, it is boring. As I've said now, we've started with a learning center, and I realized that there were kids from the age of 9 coming in. I was talking to kids from the age of 14. Now, these ones, they need cartoons, including the ones from the age of 14. They need cartoons that talks about the value of money. With me, as I said earlier, I have the Monopoly. There are kids who have played Monopoly. There are kids who have never played Monopoly. So we're trying to make amends and let them understand the value of money, how valuable it is to them. So some of the questions I will ask them is, what is that you want money for? And they'll say, no, I want money to buy something. But you can ask your friend to barter, and they'll give you that, because you are always trading at school. So I don't know, I'm answering. Okay. Yes, sir.
We are from Germany,
Okay.
and there's a lot saying like banking the unbanked. How is it in your area? Is it possible to open a bank account? What money is still used? Is it cash or is it digital right now? Except of Bitcoin.
Okay, South Africa, we are a bit advanced compared to other African nations. The financial system works perfectly here. Not much of people are unbanked, but the system is the same in Europe, that you have to go and do your KYC, open a bank account, deposit an amount, let them hold it for you. So it's easy and relatively easy for the young ones to go and open a bank account they can take their parents with. Like, I think if you were there with Helen Ziller yesterday, she spoke about her son going for the first time, they opened a bank account with 10 rand. So South Africa, we have accessibility to that. But there are other kids or people who are not able to access banking system. Hence I say financial exclusion. Based on, do they have the ID documents? Are they registered? Somebody knows them and stuff. But in terms of the financial, we are okay. Sure, my brother. Look, kids are able to adapt quickly. That's something that I've realized. My kids are able to question me when coming to Bitcoin. So when you gather them and give them the space to be free and have an understanding of the value that you're imparting to them. So when these ones, my hope is that they have experienced it. Their friends know that they are here at the Bitcoin conference during school time, because schools have opened. So they will take this information and impart it to their friends. And their friends will be able to tell their parents. So as they are here, they are going to tell their parents are going to tell their siblings about, hey, my child went to a Bitcoin conference, not a shitcoinery or a crypto conference, but Bitcoin. And now because they're using Bitcoin and they know how to transact, it's simple for them to show their parents how to buy a Pick and Pay, how to convert a voucher from Bitrefill, how to accept Bitcoin, how to store it for themselves, so their parents will know those things. Sure. Thank you, guys. Much appreciated.